Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. If you get a chance, I'm out of my 30-day Facebook jail stint and back up for tasking. So starting to post again on the Top Gun Options page. My personal Facebook page is back up. Mr. Zuckerberg, if you're listening, you're a liberal piece of shit, along with your quote-unquote fact checkers, right? Throwing me in Facebook jail for identifying the whistleblower and calling it fake information. It's absolutely not fake information. As a matter of fact, you're being sued in federal court over this. So you guys are part of the problem of what's wrong with this country today, Facebook. So you can kiss my ass. So you can knock me down. You're not going to take me out. You're only making this worse for yourselves, Facebook. It's a disgrace. So out of Facebook jail. Finally, make sure you get over to the Top Gun Options page. Make sure you press like. So the longer and harder they try and keep me down, the higher I'm going to bounce here. On a more somber note, the shooting at Pensacola Naval Air Station, just absolutely heartbreaking. Absolute act of terror. I'm furious with Donald Trump and his reaction to this. More or less caring how much, the king is so upset about all this stuff, then calling it an act of terrorism and ripping them a new one. Last time we trained Saudis to fly airplanes on our soil, they ended up killing 3,000 Americans, Mr. President. So stop kissing the king's ass and start ripping. Every time there's a terrorist attack in another country, the president goes apeshit and rips radical Islamic terror apart and everything like this. This time, on Pensacola Naval Air Station, a Saudi second lieutenant guns down these people, and he's more. It's a disgrace. Trump, unfornicate yourself, dude. This is heartbreaking that this happened, and that you're kind of kissing the Saudis' ass instead of ripping them a new one. You're tempting me, Mr. President. You're really not lighting the world on fire here. Speaking of Mr. President, of course, if you flip through the channels, it's week whatever or year whatever of trying to impeach the president. The market could care less. How about Friday's jobs report, man? So last week, the ADP number on Wednesday was a huge miss. It was a miss. Very rarely, anecdotally, I'd say 10% of the time, does the ADP jobs number on Wednesday completely not even come close to Friday. Well, Friday was one of those times. I got blown out of. We'll cover this at 1 o'clock. We're going to do our weekly options brief at 1 o'clock, and then I have an appointment that I cannot move this afternoon that conflicts with Solo Amazon. So Solo Amazon members, you guys, we're going to meet tomorrow at 1 o'clock, okay? And we crushed it last week for Solo Amazon, $44,260 in profit. So the Solo Amazon, those two trades finished perfectly. However, last week I got blown out of the top of an EWZ, that's the Brazil ETF Iron Condor. That one took the max loss of $5,100, but thank God we had a Visa Iron Condor that made $5,250. So net. It could have been a bad week, but thank God we had the Visa Iron Condor on, which made a net profit of $150 for the weekly options trades last week. So could have been ugly if you just had the Brazil stuff on. So hopefully you got that. But quick reminder: Solo Amazon tomorrow is going to be at 1 o'clock. So the reason I went on that tangent was, wow, what a blistering jobs number to the upside. The consumer is not dead. This economy's on fire, and here they are. Ripping the president apart. Remember what happened this time last week? Look at that huge red down, man. Everybody remember Donald Trump at the clown car NATO conference and more or less saying, I don't need a trade deal. Maybe we wait until after the election. The market's absolutely imploded. So now we literally are waiting for D-Day here between now and it's Saturday at midnight, right? Because the 15th, December 15th, starts what? At midnight, right? 12:01, it's December 15th. So if the president is going to punt, meaning not do these December 15th tariffs, he's going to do it during market hours. He's not going to wait till Saturday. The man loves a show. If he punts and doesn't do these, I think he wants to see the market rally. I think he's that political of an animal now that maybe, Thursday or Friday, if they're getting ready to vote on impeaching him, he says, I'm punting on the tariffs, and the market has a 300, 400, 500 point rally just so he can rub it in their faces even more. However, I had a long weekend talking to a lot of people smarter than me. The strong jobs, the great economy, the guy does feel like he's got some airspeed on the jet, and he might say, you know what, I am going to kick China back. I'm looking out for us. So last week, might have been negotiating in public. The whole, I don't need a trade deal. They need it better than me. And, maybe I'll wait till after the election was maybe posturing in front of this. I'm telling you, man, they've been pretty, the Chinese have been pretty quiet. They threatened, kicked, and screamed that said, if you sign this Hong Kong, we support Hong Kong bill, there will be no trade deal. That kind of went away quietly, man. So this really isn't like a wall of worry anymore. That jobs report was insane. Now, you have to dig into it, folks. There was a lot in that of what? A part of that 266 was a pretty high number of what? General Motor auto folks going back to work. Okay, where is it? Right here. November, manufacturing added 54,000 jobs, 41,000 of which were the GM folks coming back off of strike. So still, even with the GM numbers in there, that's still a solid jobs number, man. So I don't know. This is a little bit of a coin flip right now. With what the president's going to do. Does he feel that he's got some airspeed on the economy and he can poke the Chinese, or does he just want to get this impeachment thing and rub their nose in it, and here we go higher? The man literally, never in my lifetime, 27 years of trading, have I had to, well, Twitter's not that old, but do you have to sit here and have like Donald Trump's Twitter feed up to to trade this market? So already sent out an email and a text alert, a bear call spread on EWZ. And like I said, we'll talk solo Amazon tomorrow, but Jeff Bezos over the weekend, I agree with this. I mean, I'm glad they're filing a lawsuit against against the government for losing the JEDI contract to Microsoft. That's the joint, Department of Defense cloud thing. Of course, I mean, the president was publicly saying, screw Amazon and don't give it because, Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post and they don't like me. Well, if they can show any evidence at all that the people who decided on the JEDI contract are influenced by the commander in chief, which they clearly can be, they might win this thing. $10 billion, folks. AWS made what, like $12 billion last quarter? So $10 billion over 10 years. I think Jeff Bezos, that's his drinking money. It's not the money, I think, to Bezos. It's kind of the political point here. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see how this plays out. But this week, folks, you really, if you don't know, which I got to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't even think Trump knows, man. It feels like sometimes it comes down to what he's the last person to talk to him or how he's feeling in that moment. So I don't know. So anytime I kind of put a question mark out here to the right side of a chart and go, man, I don't know what's going to happen. If he does this, this happens. If he does that, that happens. Might be a popcorn week, folks. Might be a moment to grab some popcorn, sit, and watch what happens. But the danger of that is that if he punts on the tariffs and we get the rest of December Santa Claus rally, you might miss out on it a little bit. But it's equal money that he says, you know what? Look at the pain we went through in August. The market got over it, and the market has never been higher in the history of this country. So I got a little room to play. So we're going to cover that at 1 o'clock. I got to get going, as a matter of fact, to get ready for that 1 o'clock brief. Like I said, get back over to the Top Gun Options page. Finally, they can kick me down, but they're not going to keep me out, man. I'm back up on Facebook after 30 days in jail. Zuckerberg, you can kiss my ass. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll see you guys for Tuesday's market sit rep tomorrow.